Hello, I'm Austin Heyman. Welcome to Seniors Today, a monthly program produced by the Commission on Aging and devoted entirely to issues and interests of Montgomery County seniors. This month we learn about transportation options for seniors and a job expo for those over 50. But first, the County Executive's Senior Summit last December was a huge success. And one of the people who played a major role and quite frankly has been very involved in senior issues for years was Patrick Lacefield, the Director of the County's Office of Public Information. Well, Patrick, welcome to Seniors Today.
Thanks for having me.
This is a first for us. It's great. So the Senior Summit was in December, and one of the four major concerns by seniors in the survey was information. What did you take away from the summit?
Well, first of all, it was great that we had 400 or 500 people there talking about issues having to do with seniors. I think people had a great appreciation of all the services that Montgomery County provides for seniors, all of the opportunities. And this is incredibly important because, we're all getting older. The alternative to not getting older is not so good.
Right.
Okay. And, I think we want to be able to have a place in Montgomery County where seniors can be here for where people can be here for a lifetime. And so I think there were a lot of very interesting things that came out of the summit. One of them, of course, was information. In other words, we have great services. How can we make sure that everybody knows about the services when they need it?
Right.
I mean, one of the analogies I have is that if you're out driving around, right, and you may pass that muffler place every day of your life, but you're not looking for a muffler,
right?
So it doesn't really register.
That's right.
But then there'll be one day when you need that muffler, and hey, will that information be there? Will you say, oh yeah, I know where that place is? And it's sort of the same thing with senior services, is that people need them when they need them.
So that's correct.
Right.
And so we've been working on this for a while. So what are some of the resources that are out there for people who are looking for this information?
Well, I mean, we've established a senior website in the Montgomery County website, which is montgomerycountymd.gov/senior. That's very important because we've pulled together all the resources from different county departments that have to do with senior services. So that's a resource that people have. Now, of course, not everybody is on the web. Increasingly, people are.
That's right.
If we talked about this 5-6 years ago,
that's right.
It would have been. But increasingly, people are pulled onto the web, either by their own interests or by the interests of their family. But there's also a way in which you need to provide this information, in print. So, for example, we've done a series of information sheets having to do with transportation options, caregiving, the issue of how you drive or don't drive once you get older, which we've printed into thousands and distributed to county senior centers and other places.
And the libraries,
And the libraries as well. Yeah. And that's been very well received. We've worked with the Jewish Council on Aging on their campaign to connect people with transportation. So we've done a lot of bus ads and the like, and I mean there are a lot of other ways in which we communicate.
I guess the straightforward, the most simple way is a telephone.
Right. Well, and we have of course the line,
the 311,
the 311 line, which 311 was established back in 2008 by the county executive, and the notion was to have one place where you could call and access county information, because before that, frankly, there were 15,000 numbers. Good luck figuring out which one you needed.
Right.
For example, when I first moved to the county, I wanted to know about trash. Okay, well, I looked in the telephone white page. Well, there's nothing under trash. I said, well, maybe it's under garbage.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing under garbage either.
Right.
How about refuse?
Right.
No, there's nothing. Little did I know it was the Department of Environmental Protection. Well, now you don't have to know that.
Right.
And we get about 2,000 calls a day.
Wow.
It's about 500,000 a year. And then we also have a website where people can go on 24/7 to access information or even to send in service requests.
Well, and also the Department of Health and Human Services. We always say this at the end of the show.
Right.
There's a number from Aging and Disability
Right.
Services.
So people can call that number, or again, if it's easier to remember 311, call 311 and say, you want to either be connected to that line or you want help with particular services, and folks will help you.
And we've interviewed the library folks, and they have they have a website,
Right.
but they also have a whole section on senior with information,
Right.
not about the resources in the county so much as about information about health and that kind of.
Well, here's the thing. Back in, I think, 2008, when we had our first senior summit, the county executive said, look, we're in the middle of very difficult fiscal times. You know, we're cutting budgets. We're not in a situation, you know, where we can devote a lot more resources, you know, to anything aside from, you know, schools and public safety and some of the programs to help the most vulnerable. So he asked all the departments to take a look at everything that they do, and within existing resources to redirect and refocus those resources on meeting the needs of seniors. And I think that was incredibly important, because the first 8 years that the county executive Leggett was in office, basically county spending went up just about the rate of inflation, and that was it.
Right.
And of course, this was a period when the needs were growing.
Right.
So there wasn't a lot of extra money. There still isn't a lot of extra money.
Right.
So we need to get the most out of what we can, and that's why the web, that's why 311 are so important, because in the olden days, if you will, you would do newsletters, you would do a lot of printing, you would do a lot of mailing. Obviously, there's less of that in fiscally tough times.
Well, fortunately, the data shows that a lot of seniors are on the web.
Right.
And one of the things that was produced by the Vital Living Network was the thing called the Networker, which has all kinds of information about activities, lifelong learning, and it's a resource for people who are looking for things to do.
Right. No, absolutely. It's great. There are a lot of great resources out there, and one of the things that we did in keeping with the summit is we actually did a survey of seniors. We did a survey, and then we also did focus groups. And that gave us an incredibly wonderful array of information about what people thought. For example, you know, people thought, you know, 90% of people thought this is an excellent or a good place to live.
Right.
You know, people were 91% of people said that the access to healthcare services, for example, which is important as the population ages, was excellent or good. You know, again, public safety, people appreciated that.
Before we run out of time, I want to mention the issue of translation, because some folks need it. You are beginning to do some of that.
We do, and it's difficult because you can't translate everything,
of
so
course,
to speak.
and
It's a very
languages.
It's a very very costly thing. For example, though, with our transportation options brochure that we did, we translated it into about 9 or 10 different languages, not only Spanish, which is the major second language of the county, or Chinese, which is a very distant third, but Hindi, Korean, Vietnamese, French, and the like, and that was great. We want to try and do more of that.
Right.
Now, our website does have an automatic translator function, you know, which is better than nothing.
Right.
But frankly, you know, even if it's 85% good, you know, you and I notice if English is 15% off, right?
Right. Exactly. Well, there are a lot of resources, and I thank you for coming in to share those with us.
No, absolutely.
Good luck in the future.
Oh, thanks.
When we return, we'll take a look at an upcoming major job expo, so please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a way to get around downtown Silver Spring? Hop on the Route 28 Van Go Free Circulator. The Route 28 Van Go Free Circulator provides rides Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to midnight and Friday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. Fast, convenient, and free. There's no better way to get around downtown. To find out more information about the Route 28 Van Go Free Circulator, including route information, visit us online or dial 311.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going. Recycle more now.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to Seniors Today. The 50 Plus Employment Expo will be held on April 4th at the Marriott North Bethesda Conference Center. And joining me to talk about the expo is Mickey Gordon, the Assistant CEO of the Jewish Council for the Aging. Well, welcome back to Seniors Today.
Thank you. I can't believe it's that time of year
again. It is, yeah. So the date is again?
The date is Monday, April 4th, and it will be at the Marriott North Bethesda Hotel and Conference Center, which is right across from the White Flint Metro, and it's from 10 to 3. Free parking.
Yeah, no, it's always a great event. So for folks not familiar, tell us a little bit about what goes on there.
Well, many years ago, with a grant from Montgomery County, we were able, the Jewish Council for the Aging, to bring to the community the 50 Plus Employment Expo. So many seniors, as you know, are looking to get back into the job market. It may be part-time or full-time or even just a seasonal position. So what we have been able to present to the community, and we're thrilled to be doing this, we have approximately between 40 and 50 employers, and they must have jobs. I'm just not having someone there to advertise their company.
So they come with several jobs?
Yes. Now, I don't know exactly what type of jobs they have, and that's difficult to find out because it's it's ever changing. We also have approximately 7 seminars to assist people with anything from resume writing to LinkedIn and different forms of networking.
And resume writing is different than when I went looking
Correct.
for a job.
Yes. And what we have is, in addition to the seminars, we have 2 resume reviewing rooms.
That's terrific.
Where we have individuals who literally will sit down with a participant and take approximately 15 minutes to help them hone their resume, give them pointers, and that we keep open for an additional hour. That's open till 4. And we find that the lines are incredible.
I know, I've seen them, and it's very helpful. I think if I were to do that, I would want some help.
We also have a technology center where we have volunteers and computers that can actually show people which sites to go to look for different job opportunities and how to apply online. Because as you said, Austin, years ago, someone may go up to one of the HR representatives in the ballroom and just hand a resume.
Right.
That's not the case. They're going to tell you, go sign up and go online to register.
Yeah, that's still tricky. So that's important. I guess the other thing that goes on there, as I remember, is besides the employment, there's a lot of information.
Yes, probably 3/4 of the ballroom has our employers, and then on the other side of the ballroom we have community resources, because we have over 3,000 seniors coming to this event.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. And when it gives you shivers that when they open the opening ceremonies, when County Exec Ike Leggett welcomes everyone, it is shoulder to shoulder individuals. And as much as they want to hear from all of our dignitaries and thank the county, they want to get into that ballroom.
Right.
But there are so many resources in this county that a lot of people aren't familiar with, that it gives them an opportunity to also learn what's out there.
So one of them, I guess, is this, was it WorkSource Montgomery? They're a resource for helping.
The expo is a specific day, but we want people to know what is out in the community that they can use as a resource before and or after the expo. So WorkSource Montgomery has offices I believe in Wheaton and in the Gaithersburg area, where people can go, they can take classes, they can find out weekly, not only in person but online, what jobs are available in the county. JCA itself has a Career Gateway program.
Tell us a little bit about the Career Gateway.
That is a wonderful program. That's a class that's given by JCA at our headquarters on Park Lawn. The classes are for people who want to re-enter the job market. People are given a mentor who works with them. And we have classes that are going on right now. And also, we teach people how to even role play. You know, people who haven't worked or have had reasons.
For an interview, yeah.
Going
I can't
for an
imagine
interview.
going for an interview, yeah.
And the person that might be interviewing you might be the age of your grandchild.
Right.
So,
Now, there's a charge for that program, isn't that right?
yes, but it's a minimal charge. And those classes are ongoing into the spring. So the number that's on the screen.
Well, yeah, we want to give the website number.
Okay, well, our website is www.accessjca.org, and you can find out about the expo, about our Career Gateway, and then we also, for 30 plus years, are part of CSEP, that's Senior Community Service Employment Program, which helps low-income seniors who living in Montgomery County are at 125% of poverty level.
Right.
We help them get placed in nonprofit and government agencies. It's similar to what a student might do as an intern in college.
Right.
You're getting on-the-job training, and you get a stipend,
Right.
and then hopefully this will lead into full-time or part-time work.
Before we also want to give a phone number.
Yes, 301-255-4209.
So, you know, we had the Senior Summit recently in December, and we did a survey, and the interesting data showed that some 4 in 10 respondents said they plan to work after 65. So there's a lot of demand for...
Correct.
How do you see the employment scene today?
Well, it's interesting, you know, with the economic climate that we're in, I think there were so many seniors who, you know, saw a number, an age, and they were going to retire, and then the economy had, you know, tremendous reversals, and people needed to go back into the job market. It's a very daunting prospect to do that, because even just simply talking about the technology that is now in most offices, that people may not have the skills. So, I mean, we have programs called JCA Senior Tech that teach people how to use computers. The Career Gateway program does that. I know WorkSource Montgomery does that. Montgomery College has a whole variety of classes where people can take a class and get a certification in any number of different fields that they can use to re-enter the job market.
So there are a lot of resources.
A lot of resources.
But that expo is terrific, so if you're looking for a job, that's the place to go.
Well, thank you. And right now it is free to all participants who are looking for jobs, and it's free to all vendors, all employers, and community resources. So please dial that number and sign up.
Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you for having us.
Good to see you again. When we come back, we'll close the show today exploring transportation resources for Montgomery County seniors. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, mister! Down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout. And this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe. So respect the bus.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Welcome back to Seniors Today. One of the most important issues the Commission on Aging and our county government has had to deal with over the years is transportation, particularly for seniors and for those of us who no longer can drive. And joining me to tell us about some of the transportation options the county is implementing to address this issue are Sean Brennan, the Program Manager of the county's Mobility and Transportation Program, and Harriet Shapiro-Block, Director of Mobility Management with the Jewish Council for the Aging. Well, welcome to Seniors Today.
Thank you for having us.
So, thanks. Sean, you actually were in a job that was created about 2 years ago to put a focus on transportation. How do you see it? Where are we now after 2 years that you've been involved?
Well, there's a lot going on, and first it's really exciting that the county has seen transportation for the big problem and issue that it is. Not problem, opportunity. I mean, one of the things that surprised me over the couple of years is kind of how much creativity goes into solving this issue of getting people where they want to go. Whether it's through volunteer programs or discounted taxi programs or providing people information or public transportation, there are a lot of options for folks.
And we've made some progress.
Absolutely.
Well, one of the major resources is the Jewish Council for Aging, and so there's a long list of things that you do. I guess, what's the most important?
For older adults in our county to know about Connect a Ride, which is our transportation information and referral program, where seniors, their caregivers, family members, and professionals can call our information line between Monday and Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and talk to a mobility specialist. This is a certified trained person that will take as much time as the caller needs to listen to their story, listen to their needs, assess their needs, and then give appropriate referrals for that person. And
so I guess we need to give this phone number for that Connect a Ride.
That number is 301-738-3252.
So that is a terrific resource. But you have a lot of other resources as well.
Right. Well, in addition to what Connect a Ride does with information and referrals, we also do a travel training program. And this Connect a Ride and our travel training program are funded by Montgomery County's Department of Transportation. Travel training is how to use the public transportation, the Metro bus and Metro Rail, and Ride On. And we have a 2-day free workshop. And I should also add that Connect a Ride does outreach presentations to groups of seniors throughout the county at senior centers, at senior retirement communities, anywhere where a group of seniors would have access to, we can go.
So how do you find out where these take place?
We advertise in libraries. We have flyers throughout the county with each program, the days, the times, and the locations. And so that is another thing that we do through Connect a Ride. Other services that JCA provides are the senior center bus transport to 5 local senior centers in our county. They pick you up at your home. They take you to the senior center. You need to live within 5 miles of the closest senior center.
There are 5 senior centers, and that's where they would go to.
They would go to have their daily activities at the senior centers. They have lunch there, and then at the end of the programs, the bus would come back and take folks home. In addition to going to the senior centers, the groups are arranged through the senior center director, where the bus will come back and take a group to a program at a library, for example. One of the other senior centers takes a group to grocery shopping once a week. That has to be arranged through the senior center director. So attendees at the senior center can talk to the directors and get programs put into place.
We've talked about the villages on this show before, and I think that's another. The village movement has grown so much. Isn't that another source of transportation?
Absolutely. So for folks who are unaware, so villages are these small organizations that form in neighborhoods, or sometimes it's whole zip codes, and they're designed to help neighbors age in place, stay put, live in the home that they've they want to stay in. And many of these villages offer transportation to the residents of their community.
They're volunteers who drive, folks.
They're
It's
volunteering
really
to drive.
great,
It's
yeah.
wonderful. It's one of the really growing areas of volunteer transportation we have in the county. I mean, when people have to stop driving, you know, the next thing that they would prefer to do is slide over from the driver's seat into the passenger seat.
Right,
You know,
right.
they will take oftentimes
Right.
public transportation and many of the other options, taxis, but it's very nice and comfortable to stick with a car or someone that a neighbor is driving. And
So you mentioned the issue of driving. So let's talk about that for a minute. What kind of support is there for folks who are thinking about that issue?
Well, you know, luckily through the Connect a Ride contract, JCA is able to offer some support groups. There are other groups, Jewish Social Service Agency, taking a look at helping people transition from driving. It's really important. It's not a black and white decision. It's something that if we're all lucky enough and we live long enough, we're going to have to deal with that, finding alternative ways. It's not usually a black and white thing. People sometimes will slow down in their driving, start finding other ways to get around, and that's something we really encourage is while you're still driving, try out the ride-on bus, which by the way is free for seniors between 9:30 and 3, Monday through Friday, as is Metrobus. So if you get a chance to try a Ride Smart travel training, if you've never used public transportation, you get a wonderful introduction through JCA. You could go with a friend or a family member, try it out, then see, maybe once a week you decide, when I go to see this particular friend, I'm gonna use public transportation. Another time I might use a volunteer. You know, it's a really good idea for people to have experience with a range of options for getting around. So when the day comes, that driving's not an option, it's not really as big a deal as it might have been otherwise.
So what do you see as the most important resource then? I guess JCA's Connect a Ride.
That is the source of all information.
That sounds great. So that's the number to call.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned we talked a little bit about the villages. There's a Village Rides program that
Yes.
you're involved with?
That is a program that JCA operates. It is federally funded and through Council of Governments in Washington, and they coordinate, we have a coordinator, and coordinates the transportation connections with volunteers and riders, helping villages and volunteer driving organizations in the county. We started with 5 villages. We are up to 9 villages as of today.
That's terrific.
And they help with marketing support and outreach support, helping the villages find the volunteer drivers and find the riders.
Well, we're just about out of time. So the answer is there are a lot of resources. It's still the priority concern of seniors, the transportation. So we're working at it, and there are going to be some even more opportunities in the future.
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for this month's Seniors Today. Don't forget that you can access a great deal of information about county services for seniors by going to the Montgomery County Senior website at www.montgomerycountymd.gov/seniors, or call the Senior Resource Line at 240-777-3000. And as always, thank you for watching Seniors Today.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.